Shields up, Iron Breakers. Rurikhan here coming at you with another video. Welcome back to Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. As per usual, Capcom has released a couple of more weapon showcases this time around. It is going to be the final two, which are the Light Bowgun and the Dual Blades. And as per usual, I'm going to be reacting to the videos themselves, and then I'm going to be giving you guys an analysis to the best of my ability. Now, naturally, the weapon that we're starting with today is going to be the Light Bowgun, which is a weapon that I'm not super qualified to really talk too much about. As you guys know, I don't really do guides for Light Bowguns. I don't really play ranged weapons all that much. But one of the things that I thought was curious is that very much like the bow, this is another one of the only weapons that has alcohol references, which means that if you play these weapons, you might become a raging alcoholic. This is also the only weapon that has any reference to blood. No long swords and great swords, no blood. And this is also the only weapon that is violent, because if you play Sticky Light Bowgun in my lobbies, I will be extremely violent towards you. This is a joke. Let's see what the Light Bowgun's getting for Sunbreak, and then we'll check out the website and see the description of the abilities and see all that jank, shall we? Wyvern counter. Okay, so that doesn't seem like a massive sweeping change. I don't know how important these are going to be. Let me know, obviously on your first impressions, if you happen to play the Light Bowgun quite a bit, because it seems like these are two mobility skills, pretty much. So the Wyvern counter makes you move backwards. What else does it say, though? An urgent retreat that fires a shot with massive recoil. This does massive recoil, and even though they don't say it here, but I'm going to assume that it has a lot of potential for making monsters flinch, because in the example that they show, the monster actually flinches either shortly after or immediately when he pops off this Wyvern counter. But it is very much a mobility type thing, because, it's going... If you compare it to the one that it's replacing, it is the fanning maneuver, which I think probably Light Bowgun mains would want to have both of these available in the same setup, but maybe that was too powerful. I don't know. I don't know what the thought process is behind that. But yeah, it already has tons of mobility, so I don't think that's going to be a big problem. Now, here's an interesting one. So this is going to change your range, and it's going to make you be closer to the monster, which I'm guessing is going to be offset by the Wyvern counter, because like, oh, I'm too close. I got to get out of the way because he's shooting at me. I don't know how Light Bowgun mains are going to feel about this. This is essentially kind of like spread, what's it called? Spread coating? Is it called spread coating? I forget. You guys know the one that I'm talking about. There's obviously the close range coating, and then there's the coating. I just said the name, didn't I? This feels kind of like close range coating, basically, is what I'm saying. Because essentially you're swapping from being able to shoot from further away. Because for those of you that don't know how ranged weapons work, if you look at the targeting reticule, you'll see that this one is orange. That means that you are at the critical distance at which you can deal the most damage. Now, if you notice when he swaps to critical firepower, it is going to shift to yellow. See, this means you're no longer in critical distance for having the best performance out of your gun. Now, if you notice, he's going to move forward, and now you're back into critical distance. So this is obviously something that is going to force you as a gunner to be closer to the monster, which I don't think that's something a lot of gunners want to do, but let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. But I don't think this is something that a lot of gunners are going to want to do. But doing that does come with a benefit that it increases the amount of damage that you're going to be dealing. Because if you notice, you were doing like 87 per shot earlier. And now at critical firepower, you're looking at 113. That's a considerable increase in damage, but this is the Toad Versary, so, damage numbers are going to change in a live environment when you're actually fighting monsters and stuff, right? Now here you'll see the Wyvern counter thing that I was talking about. He's going to swap from fanning maneuver that he just did to Wyvern counter. and he staggered the monster down. Now, I'm not sure if that was like a sticky, because there's an explosion, or if that's just the way that it goes. That was a little bit weird. Yeah, I don't know if he fired a sticky or what the hell it is that he did. We're going to be looking at the skills themselves. But to be honest, it's like I don't see massive changes when it comes to this weapon, but let's actually read the skills and see what it's all about, shall we? So we got critical firepower, special shooting style that further raises damage output, but narrows critical distance and increases recoil. Okay, wait, increases recoil? That's going to be rough. Because I know that people usually will like modify, because you can change the different things onto your bowguns and whatnot. And I know that one of the things that people are usually concerned with is recoil, particularly if you're playing, I think, spread. That could be a problem. But anyways, then it says here, because of the distance at which the power of ammo is most effective has been reduced, you'll need to be aware and adjust your firing position. Note does not apply to certain ammo types. So this is going to be one of those things that's going to be somewhat limited. You know, because you're going to have stuff like stickies and what are they called? Slicing shots. And those may not work exactly the same with critical firepower versus what they're calling marksman. Also, I'm sorry for background noise. There might be a little, but anyway. I'm curious to know how you guys feel about critical firepower, so let me know in the comment section below. But let's see what Wyvern Counter is all about. An urgent retreat that fires a shot with massive recoil using a wire bug to stop the recoil. While not a powerful attack, its true value comes when it is used to evade incoming attacks. If timed right, you'll retreat with an explosive exit that can even neutralize breath attacks. It's a counter. I mean, it says so in the name. Idiot. But, you know, it works like a counter, so this is kind of like a parry, so they're adding effectively a parry to the light bowgun, which I think only the heavy bowgun had actual counters, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not 100% sure. Again, like I said, I don't play these weapons all that much, but I am very curious from hearing from the community, from you guys, how you guys feel about the Wyvern Counter and the critical firepower. Critical firepower, I definitely feel like this is something that a lot of people in the bowgun community are going to be like, I don't know about that, because of the recoil. I mean, sure, it's a massive damage boost, but increasing the recoil could be problematic. I'm guessing that there'll probably be like some kind of a light bowgun or something that's going to negate some of the effect of this switch skill. And that'll probably end up being the most meta one, because obviously as much as gunners like to keep their distance, at the end of the day, they're going to go exactly where they can squeeze out the most firepower possible. I mean, I remember when I did the clutch cannon back in Monster Underworld Iceborne, the builder would basically clutch onto the monster's head and just like, bam, here you go, wyvern snipe to the skull, to the dome, right there. But we'll see. I don't see these changes as, you know, particularly mind-blowing or particularly overpowered, but it seems like some interesting stuff. But again, when it comes to bowguns, I'm going to let you guys voice out your opinions, because like I said, I'm not particularly qualified to talk about this weapon. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe, peace out.